Hi everyone, Josh here from Teach Yourself Websites. If you've been using WordPress for a little while and you want to start giving access to your site, to the back end of your site to other people, you might be interested in what we're going to go through today. This will be especially relevant for people in business scenarios. So if you've got a business website, often you'll have different staff members logging into the site, making adjustments to pages and doing blog posts and that kind of stuff. So what you need to do to add those people into the site to be able to access things so they can edit is you go to your dashboard as the admin user. It's very important to be logged in as the admin user for this, and come down to this users section here, and we'll just have a look at all users first. So we're on the users screen. My site only has one user at the moment, which is me. I'm logged in as the admin, so I'm not too concerned about that. But say if I wanted to add somebody else, somebody that works for me, or perhaps somebody that wants to guest post onto your site, what you can do is add them as a user, and that will give them their own unique username and password, and you can track which posts they've posted. So to do that, you go to the user section, click on add new, and you'll be prompted to create a username for them. So say if I wanted to add my secretary, and I'll just use an example email address there. I actually don't have a secretary, so I'll just make up a name, Fred Smith, and website is optional, so you don't really need to put that in there. Anything that isn't marked as required isn't actually required, obviously, but it's always good to put in a name, because often on WordPress themes they'll pull out the name, the first name and last name as the post author. So password, you can basically put in anything in here. So I'll just put in a junk password there. Oh. And you can send that password to the user via email. Now the role is one thing that we need to talk about. Basically, when you create your WordPress blog, you'll automatically get a user as an administrator. An administrator has access to absolutely everything, as you'd expect. So they get to see things like the appearance menu. They can change widgets and menus and all that kind of stuff. They can install plugins and change the themes, or basically access to everything. If you're creating a new user for your site and you don't want that person to have full access, but you still want them to be able to author posts, you should choose author. If you want them to be able to publish posts live, you can choose editor, and it will still restrict away some of those sections like appearance and plugins and all that kind of stuff. So because I want to give my user a bit of extra control, I'll put them as editor, and I can click on add new user right now, and that will add that person to the website. Okay, so now I've got 2 users on there. I'm going to log out of my admin user and log back in as this new user, secretary. So the username was secretary, and I just put in my password there. And now when I log in, you'll notice the sidebar looks a lot smaller. I've basically only got access to posts and pages, media links. I still get access to the contact forms if you've got Contact Form 7 plugin installed, and I can moderate comments, and this is all because I'm an editor user. I can also change my own profile, but I can't see anybody else's profile. So this means that I can change anything about myself as this user. So I'm going to log back out and go back in as the admin so you can see what it looks like when I change it to an author. So if we go back to users and then go to secretary, I can actually change the role here to another role, author, and go down and save that user. Alright, so if I log out again, log back in as secretary, and you'll see the sidebar has actually changed quite a lot again. So now I'm missing the pages area. I can only make blog posts. I've got access to the media library still and comments, but I'm very restricted on what I can do with those. So for example, the posts area, I don't actually have access to edit any of the existing posts that aren't made by me. So I can view the post, but I can't edit. So that's a quick overview of how you can add a user to your WordPress site, which can be very handy for if you want to share the workload or if you want to open it up for guest post authors. You can add them as users and have those posts attributed exactly to those people.